welcome back to the greatest football Brisbane FB media podcast of them all, TSX.
Thankfully, we don't have any competition in that respect.
I'm Phil Davis from the Washington Line. You're Rafe Griffin from everywhere.
I am. We've had a couple of shout-outs this week. I had a message from Nathan Shepherd to say, how do I listen to the podcast? Now, don't search for the So-Called Xperts on your favourite podcasting app.
Well, it's spelled with an X, not an E, that's why.
And I need to probably work that out.
Yeah.
Search for the Washing Line, which of course is the overarching name for Football Brisbane's media unit.
Is that on the thingy, the corporate iTunes?
iTunes or whatever you use on Android.
Oh, God, I don't know. I just use YouTube.
Yeah, well, you're old-fashioned.
Oh,
I mean, who'd listen to a podcast on YouTube? But anyway.
Well,
plenty of people actually.
370.
The other thing is we had a comment from Trevor Rodman, the coach of the Gap.
Yeah.
Had a question about
Nosey?
Nose.
Oh, Nose.
Nose. Rui
Nose?
Yes.
Oh.
So we've clarified that one ahead of the Gap's game against Annerley on Friday night. That'll be part of the highlight show this week.
Yes, indeed it will. And if you lived where you used to live...
It'll be a 5-minute trip, and I'll be out to the Gap twice on a Friday night in a row. And
Lovely. I haven't been to the Gap for a while. Last time I went there was the women's grand final, I think.
Probably haven't changed a lot.
Well,
was there a fence around it, around the benches?
No.
Well, there is now.
Oh, there you go. We, of course, are here to talk about football, flights into Premier League's main focus. So we'd better talk about that. What do you think, Rafe? Shall we wrap up what happened on the weekend?
Well, it seemed like so long ago on Friday night where Mitchelton defeated Ipswich Knights.
Oh, last Friday, was it?
Last Friday.
God, I thought it was like...
Some of people are probably watching this Friday.
Mitchelton 3, Ipswich Knights 1, and they had a little bit of argy-bargy, as your father.
Yes.
At the end, let's have a bit of a
scrappy.
Bit of a nudge, notch, I just made that up. Yeah, but that's not a good thing. We don't promote that.
No.
We'll bring it up later as well, but I just don't promote that kind of thing. Mitchelton 3, Ipswich Knights 1, and you got there about half-time, didn't you?
I did, and the report that I got at half-time, even though Mitchelton were leading 2-1, they should have had it all wrapped up going into the second half, but missed a couple of sitters, apparently, was the report I got at half-time, but Mitchelton ended up going on with it. Matters made worse for Ipswich Knights when the keeper, Matt Baker, was sent off with about 20 minutes to go.
Matty.
Then the Jai put away the penalty, and that was pretty much the night done and dusted for Ipswich Knights, and Mitchelton collect the 3 points.
Who's their backup keeper?
Zane Freiberg, who's not too bad, actually.
I'll just feel like we were talking about that half an hour ago. Must have been last week. Good result for Mitchelton. We thought that's what would happen. They moved back into second, and their second place is very valuable.
It is.
Oh, I think it is, isn't it?
Double chance at the finals.
Is it a double chance?
Yeah, it is.
The same as last year?
Yep.
So it's 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 2 versus the winner of... Well, you know what I mean.
1 and 2 versus the winner of the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And 1 and 2 go straight through to the grand final.
Yeah.
Preliminary final goes through to that. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
it's much easier to describe on paper than what it is.
Yeah, that's right, a few years ago they had it as 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3.
Yes.
I hate that.
That's the NPL system. Straight knockout.
Yeah, that's a pile of petted dingoes' kidneys, by my opinion.
They just said something else there.
The NPL don't have grand finals.
They do.
In the seniors,
in the seniors they do.
But the rest of them, they don't.
No.
Who wants to play in a grand final anyway? Especially when you're a kid. Last thing you want is to play in a grand final, isn't it?
There's been a couple of surprises in the last couple of grand finals. Last year in particular. Anyway.
Yes, indeed. Let's move on to the next game. It was up at Bob Brock Park, the most overrated councillor in the history of Brisbane. North Pine 2, Logan Lightning 3, and fair result for Logan Lightning there. North Pine, they turned up and they were good.
They did. They scored the first goal through Michael McAvoy.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they conceded just on the stroke of half-time. If they'd gone in with a 1-0 lead, North Pine,
it might have been different.
Could have been a different story, but again, Mr. Sherwood bobs up with a double.
With a double, yeah. He likes scoring a goal. I think he's got 12 now.
He's going all right at the moment, isn't he?
He hasn't played in every game and he still keeps scoring. Well, he did it for Bella as well, we know that, but it's
12 goals.
And Blake Kearns didn't score.
He did not.
Cameron Saint got on the score sheet.
Like to see a defender
Yeah,
on the score sheet.
yes, it must have been a corner.
Especially a sturdy one.
Big back post header. Boom! That's a good result. Logan Lightning stayed one touch of the top four. North Pine, well, anyway, we won't go
Yeah,
down there.
they've got other problems.
Home Park Hawks 2, Peninsula Power 2. I knew people who had that game. Ian Judd was one of them. Gave Jake Brisby man of the match. And what we may call a very good decision. Apparently, it was very good.
And apparently, Marek Madelei's goal to equalise it 2-2 literally broke the net. It was a cracker, apparently.
Oh, that's good. I like seeing the net broken. You know, one thing I did notice.
What's that?
In Juddy's match report, I like to digress. Well, people like digressing.
Really? Hadn't noticed.
They tell me all the time, more digressing, please. Anyway, Mr. Diplomacy himself, Ian Judd,
Yes.
the man of the match, he actually mentioned 3 players. He can't narrow it down to one any week. He always says, and of course, Rafe Griffin was deserving of mention.
Look, just because Juddy and I, like to keep the peace, and you are just a rabble-rouser, we've got to try and balance you out.
Well, we should just give everyone player of the match.
Why not?
All right. What if you get sent off? Do you get player of the match?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I wonder if anyone's ever been sent off and got player of the match. I'm sure they must have.
Surely if you scored 4 goals and then got sent off in the 4th minute of injury time, you might still qualify.
Holland Park Hawks people thought that they were better than people I talked to. Peninsula, well, they'd be happy to score, to get those points. They didn't score after the 29th minute. But, that was a really big game. Both teams really, really, really would have won 3 points out of that.
Yeah, that's right, to try and stay in touch with Mitchelton for second place, yeah.
But they didn't. They got a draw.
They didn't. And that was the story of the night.
All right. Well, the next game was at Fundord Park. That is the worst nickname ever for a park.
Direct all discussions to Darren Lutton on that one. He'll be listening in and he can provide his feedback.
You see him at a game, you make sure you go up to him and you ask him lots and lots of questions about football.
If you don't know what he looks like, he'll be the one in the long white shirt with FB Media on it.
Unless it's raining, then he looks like Dracula. Sorry, Darren. We're not really sorry, are we?
No, you're not.
I'm not. Rosedale Rovers 2, Albany Creek 1, and fully deserved. Albany Creek late. They didn't score a late goal. Sasha,
by the way, Darren, do drop in one Wednesday afternoon on your way through G-Bung and you can have right a reply on issues we bring up. But getting back to this year, 3 points needed for Rosedale.
Diplomacy as
3 points required. I'm moving on.
You felt bad.
Seiji Shizuno and Greg Cheshire scored for Rosedale.
Yeah. Good to see Shizuno on target because he's had a bit of a rough trot over the last few, I don't know, a couple of months maybe. He hasn't been up to his usual standard, so it's good to see him score a goal. Rosedale stay in touch with the top 4. If they weren't already in touch with it, they probably would have been in touch with the top 4 anyway, even if they lost, wouldn't they?
Would have been in touch with the top 4 had they lost anyway. Yes.
They would have, wouldn't they?
I was trying to deconstruct that sentence.
All right, so Albany Creek they've still got a chance.
Mathematical chance, but I'm writing them off now, Phil. They're out of my calculations
look
now.
At you big evil beast, you. The next game was washed out, UQFC versus Eastern Suburbs, so that UQ got two games up their sleeve.
They do, to try and gain valuable points, and now East have got to find a catch-up match in a congested schedule. It's with cup matches upcoming for them as well.
Yeah. Which was another thing that we should mention about the next game. I was ready to go to the next game.
And what happened?
Johnny said, "Are you still going?" And I went, "Why?" And then it wrote to lot.
You were missed.
I fixed my umbrella. I got my weather jacket out, says FB Media on it. I was all ready to go. I literally was just about to walk out the door. Anyway, and then on Tuesday they replayed it, which was a very good decision, was it not?
Very proactive of both clubs, and congratulations to them in getting this game back up and running within 2 days of it being called off.
Congratulations indeed. And 4-1 winners, Lions. I missed the game because they had overtime. Lions 4, Palabar 1. Michael Butter scored a couple of goals. He likes scoring goals lately. He's in a bit of a red-hot streak in front of goal. Lions now 6 points clear with the game in hand. Well, they were anyway, weren't they?
Well, this puts them, back in that.
And Capella, well, they'd be disappointed that lost, but word on the street is that they could have won it if they had taken their chance.
Yeah, I was out at this game, and Phil Zebax was forced into a few tough saves in the first half when, after Capella had conceded the first goal from Lions Brody Kenyon. They scored one of those, might have made life interesting going into half-time, but Lions were probably a little bit guilty of not putting away opportunities in the first half, but they certainly made amends for that in the second half.
Indeed. So that is a very good result for the Lions FC.
Plenty of keen observers out there last night with training being cancelled at a few of the clubs. On Park coach Ben Ryan, Mitchelton coach Leo Sirianni, Roachdale's Scott McNichol were out there.
Yeah.
Half the Premier League was out there. Well, 5 out of 12. It's close.
Well, that's true, 5 out of 12.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of them were actually coaching.
Okay, well, I'm counting those. It counts towards my argument.
Well, that's true. If we had double headers, it'd happen every week. How were these people? You obviously chatted to them, being a bit of a hobnob these days.
I set out with the second half.
Yeah.
There's some good conversations.
Oh,
Caught up with Alex Chiavo as well.
Oh, you did tell me that, yeah. Oh, that's good. Right. So that was the Flight Centre Premier League from last weekend. If you didn't know that stuff, well, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast. But anyway.
Capital One still intriguing, Phil.
Very intriguing Capital One. Loving it. Some great results on the weekend. Who would have thought Brisbane Knights would go out to Memorial Park at Palimba against Southside Eagles, top of the table, and give them a 4-0 stonker.
4-1. But anyway,
4-1.
One late goal to Josh Falco.
Well, it was 4-0 stonking for a strong time, wasn't it?
If ever there was a team that was hot and cold,
Oh,
Brisbane Knights, with the capability they have in their squad, you just hope that they could find a bit of consistency from week to week. Quite honestly, they'd be premiership contenders if they could pull it together on a regular basis.
They would, and that's what people said before the season. Notably me. I thought they would get promoted. Do you remember that? We had that thing that Darren organised.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Remember that? And we still don't know his... Well, anyway. But look, the big result that the weekend night, well, that was a huge result.
Yes.
But more importantly, Grace Thistle 5.
Taringa 0. Taringa who are on fire.
Yeah.
The first part of the season.
They didn't lose for
6 or 7 games, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, they won them all in a row.
And now Grange Thistle in the merry-go-round moved to the top. My old club from a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Could they be headed back to the Premier League again?
Well, I remember when they were in the Premier League. So
I do too, the old 4X League. They were the days.
Well, they got a grandstand there. It's quite handy.
Yeah.
You can fit people in it.
Good little club, actually.
But it is a good little club, but the field I've heard is a bit...
I think they've improved it.
Well, they must be.
I think they did a lot of work on it in the off-season. I haven't been out there this year, but I might have to go and check it out.
Land Park's not far away.
It's not.
Not really.
So, Grange Thistle, as I said,
I've
back
got a
on
friend
top.
who lives... He can watch one half of a game of Grange Thistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see from his veranda. But you can't see the
I
other
know
way.
where he must live then, down that southern end.
Yeah. Well, not really. It's kind of... Anyway, I digress. People tell me to digress.
Oh, do they?
I may have mentioned that. But that's a Grange Thistle. It's a name from the past. They were a really, really successful club for a long time, And they're still playing at the same place, of course, Lanham Park. I played there myself.
Did you?
A couple of times, yeah. Scored a hat-trick in the grand final of commercial.
Oh, here we go again.
Did I tell you that?
No, I keep on hearing about Church League now. It's commercial.
Commercial League, mate. The Australian Post Cannons. We were legendary that time. We had those shorts, those shorts? Really, really short ones.
Moving on. Capital 3, Virginia regained the ascendancy.
Yeah, they are.
Bit of a surprise to Wong with a 1-1 draw against Westside.
Westside have been playing very well lately.
And Capital 4,
kudos to them.
Caboolture picked up a catch-up win 12-0 on Tuesday night, so strengthened their cause towards premiership host. I think it's the 6th of August, Phil, down at St George Willawong versus Caboolture. What will probably be the premiership decider.
Is that Sunday?
Yes, Sunday 4 p.m. or something like that, I think it is.
Well, we're going to go and get some of those little sausages. They are awesome. Chibapis?
Yeah.
You know how you go to a shop these days and you can buy them, one of the big 2 supermarkets? Well, obviously that name, it's a Slavic name.
Yes.
And you can get a plate with this beautiful pickled cabbage stuff and chibapis and I'm hungry, eh? Can you tell?
You'll have to wait about 6 or 7 weeks then.
Plus, I really enjoy sitting on the hill watching the game there. It's a really, really nice spot to watch football. But yeah, and of course, it would be remiss of us not to mention Capital League 2. And off the top of my head, the Gap are going to win it by about 100 points.
Although they had a draw on the weekend, the Gap.
They did.
Brought them back to the field a little bit.
A little bit, they still go up.
They're 8 points ahead.
Caister Ridge beat Park Ridge, so they moved back into second. Second before, I can't remember. Somewhat good. Or else they wouldn't have been second, would they?
No, that's right. So that was last week.
Yeah.
Shall we take a look to the weekend upcoming?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening.
I think we should actually. All right, well, let's take it away. The first game, of course, is we thought it was going to be the 1 versus 2 premiership decider, perhaps. But we were wrong.
It's getting close to it, but Peninsula hosting Lions Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock at Jack Kelly Park.
Jock
Kelly Park, AJ Kelly Park.
He was, oh, we found out what
he was a councillor at Redcliffe City Council.
Yeah, something like that. He was a lot more successful as a councillor than Bob Brock.
That's right. And Bob Brock was a good SES volunteer man.
For 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, that's all right. I'm not going to volunteer for the SES for 3 years. It's at the end of my street anyway, and see someone names a park after me. And they'll just think it's Phil Davis from Rochdale. But anyway, 2 great sides. Lions, just for me, they haven't wobbled, they haven't looked bad, they haven't lost anything. A 4-1 win over Calabar at home. The only glitch on the horizon was the loss to the Strikers. I'm going to tip Lions to beat Peninsula at Peninsula.
I might take Peninsula in that one.
Thought you might. A feeling, no.
Did you?
Yeah. Why?
Because I can.
Oh, okay. I thought there might be a reason other than just tossing a coin. I just think Lions are a better side.
Just a feeling. Live in the premiership race up a bit again.
Oh, so you want them to win?
I think they'll win too.
Okay, fair enough. The next game, which is... Look, this is probably the most looked forward... What's the word that means look forward?
Anticipated.
Is that what you're looking for? Game on the schedule. It really is. So it was at the last one. Logan FC versus Rochdale Rovers. I was at the last one, and Logan got a right old touch up.
The M1 derby they play for, the Cup.
God, that feels like it was only a few weeks ago. That was the week before they played Ipswich.
This is racing through this season with the... Because we haven't had that many catch-up games. So it has been racing through.
Yet.
Knock on wood.
Well, we've got the Canada Cup going to catch up. But yeah, look, anyway, I digress. The 2 great sides, I think there might be a little bit of Ask Your Father in this one as well. You never know. They've got a couple of players that don't mind taking to each other.
A couple of protagonists, are you saying?
Antagonists.
Antagonists.
Yeah. Well, there's an antagonist and... what's the difference?
I don't know.
There's not a lot, really, is there?
I'll work that out during the
week. A protagonist starts a fight, and antagonist starts a fight as well.
Welcome to English classes with Phil
I'm
Davis.
really Sussex, and this is 612. Some great players. Blake Kearns, of course, back, and the Sherwoods and Rochdale's got one Carlos Lozano and Greg Cheshire, Scott Sargent, Brendan Kumineo, which I think he's in running for goalkeeper of the year, alongside Tom Carroll for mine.
He's only, 18, 19, came onto the scene when he was at Olympic and a couple of years ago when they beat Wolves in the FFA Cup. And
he was only 11 then, wasn't he?
I think he might have been. But very good keeper up and coming.
Little buck.
Keeper.
Yeah.
Who are you tipping?
I am going to look. Rochdale are a good side. I think they're a slightly better team. I think that Logan are at home, and that's kind of an advantage because they do like playing there. There'll be a big crowd for this one. But I'm going to go with Logan.
Oh, I'm going to go with Rochdale.
That's good.
Let's keep things different this week.
I don't like it when you agree with me. There's no point arguing if you agree with me. The next game is at Sir Walter Park, and that would be Albany Creek versus Holland Park Hawks, the red and the black versus the red and the black. And there can only be one winner.
The red and the black?
Yes. And the red and, well, I think it'll be the white.
The visiting red and the black?
I think the team that will be wearing the white strip, Holland Park, will win this one because, well... Albany Creek aren't that bad a side.
No, they're not.
They're still in a chance of making...
Well, mathematical. Look, they've probably had a bit of a disjointed season with injuries at key stages, particularly up front.
Would it be reasonable to say that they could beat Holland Park if they play as well as they can?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so, but they won't. Holland Park Hawks for me to win that one, and you?
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one.
Oh, I'm so loving you.
We're loving it again.
The next game, Heath Park, 7 o'clock on Saturday night. North Pine, of course, have got a terrible away record.
Up, down, up, down, up, down at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, they like to lose heavily when they do lose. Or actually, they always lose, except when they draw at the moment. I don't know. It's a sad case of affairs, state of affairs. But I think if you go out to Heath Park on Saturday, 7 o'clock, Tom Carroll will not be getting too much of a sore back. And I think Andy Corn and various other people could well be getting on the score sheet multiple times. So I'm going for East to beat North Pine.
Yeah, the East defence has certainly tightened up in recent weeks. Of course, they were leaking like a sieve there for a while, but in the last 1, 2, 3, 4 games, just the 3 goals conceded in the last 4 games. So much improved effort and more like the East that we've seen in the past, and hard to see them being beaten on Saturday night.
You know one thing?
What's that?
Sibs don't leak. The holes are put in there on purpose. So they don't leak.
What did they do then? Why is the saying leak like a sieve?
Well, that's just silly. It'd be leaked like a bucket with a hole in it, yes. But sibs are meant to have holes, so therefore it's not leaking.
The East defence was leaking like a bucket with a hole in it. That's really succinct, isn't it?
Well, I'm just stating the facts. I'm all about facts.
Sunday.
If you had a sib that didn't have holes in it, it'd be a bucket.
Yeah, move on to Sunday. Come here.
What's happening on Sunday? You tell me. I can't remember.
Well, UQFC will be making a lovely Sunday afternoon trip up to Bundamba to take on the Knights of Ipswich.
4 o'clock. That will be finishing at about 5:45, so the sun will be going down seriously over that hill. So if I was the guy who wins the toss of the coin, you get to choose which way you go these days. They changed that, didn't they?
I think, can you either choose one or the other, like to kick off, or whether...
Well, they used to, but you don't do that anymore. I think you just get to choose which way you go, and the other team gets to kick off.
We'll have to have a referee as a guest.
Yeah, well, Jim Bellos, he's
in Greece.
He was ever in Australia.
He must be made of money. He went to the US last year, and now in Greece is here for 7 weeks.
I know, he's made money.
He's got more money than me.
Yes.
Ipswich Knights and UQFC.
Yeah, look, I don't think anyone's going to think that UQ can win it. They can win it. They can beat Ipswich. Of course, they'll have their reserve keeper, which he's still, as we mentioned earlier in the show, he's still a good keeper. It's tough to go out there and beat all the cliches, and I'm going to go for Ipswich Knights to beat UQFC.
I'm going to go UQFC.
What?
UQFC.
Why?
Something different.
Oh, fair enough. I did it a couple of weeks ago and got beat 6-0.
Oh, well. Let's see if I can keep doing that one.
Yeah, that was interesting. Upset of the week in my previews has been a bit of a shambles of late. One more game and I will be out there. I will be at John Fredericks Park on Sunday, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. It's a bit late. Colbar versus Mitchelton.
Past your bedtime, is it?
Yeah, it's getting close. On a Sunday, I'll get home from there. I won't be going to about 7:30.
Now, I got some feedback last night, or Tuesday night at Lion Stadium.
What, from your microphone?
No, from a certain coach who says that perhaps we don't rate Mitchelton.
Was that Ben Ryan?
No, it was not Ben Ryan. It might have been the Mitchelton coach himself.
Yes. Well, that's ironic because the last time I saw Leo, he said, "Don't tip us."
Yeah, he told me that too. He said every time we tip them, they lose. They lost against Lions when I tipped them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he blames. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry, Leo. I'm apologetic. I think I remember him saying he was going to buy me a burger at every game if I tipped against him. Well, maybe I'll just make that up on the spot. Who knows? Have you seen his shop?
I haven't been to his shop and it's close by, and I will get down there one day.
Yeah, I'd like to go down there and see if I get some freebies out of him.
No, hang on. Don't get the free. Let's make it cash for comment. If you give, let's commit him to the freebies and then we'll give him a plug on the podcast.
Okay. Oh, I want some arancinis and some pepperoni, and we'll give him whatever he wants. But okay, let's get back to some serious stuff. Capalaba versus Mitchelton. Capalaba, well, they got heavily the heavy defeat to Lions yesterday, and Mitchelton, of course, beat Ipswich Knights. But that's just two complete different kettles of fishes, all cups of tea.
Have they peaked too early, Phil, Capalaba?
Peaked? I don't think they peaked yet.
Or have they peaked already?
No, I don't think they've peaked. I just think that they've had a bad run of games, and I honestly can't see them making the fall from now. I thought they were going to. I think they're too far out.
They've got to start picking up wins around those teams around them.
It'd be a great thing for football if they did, because one of the hardest things to do is start off with a new side, as we know. And surely...
To credit where they actually are, actually. And you know, I mentioned those 3 coaches that were sitting out there last night, and they all heavily rated Capella Bar. They're all a team. They all thought they're a legitimate team to fear.
Yeah, I think so too. It would be great to see Hamid Azawi in the grand final too, of course, but, you know, we focus a lot on him, but he's done some spectacular stuff. Capella Bar versus Mitchelton, I am going to tip Capella Bar.
I'm going to tip Mitchelton.
Well, there you go.
Although Leo's a bit worried about the Sunday afternoon games.
Yes. He's hungover, is he, at that afternoon?
It may not be Leo, but...
because, well...
You've had to wait all weekend for the game.
Yeah.
And, you know, it might be a bit sluggish by Sunday 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to be sluggish by Sunday 5 o'clock. At least he's going to get there like early because he's the coach. Yeah, but no, look, in all seriousness, I do get serious from time to time. I reckon it's going to be a cracker of a game.
Oh, it should be a good game, absolutely.
Two excellent attacks, 2 excellent defences, and midfield. You know, I think this is going to be a real good game. This may well, obviously, there's some good games this weekend at AJ Kelly Field and at Cornelia Park, but I just think this may well turn out to be the one that everyone goes, wow, that was a cracker of a game.
Yeah, no shortage of good games this year with it being so competitive amongst those top 6, 7, 8 teams.
Wish we had a top 6, though.
No. We don't want to go another week, do we?
Yeah, top 6 is better because it keeps 10 teams in the race until it's only the teams that fall away badly that can't, you know. And I like a top 6, but I prefer a 14-team comp as well, but nobody agrees with me.
There's a surprise that no one agrees with here.
Yes, I'm a sad man.
Anyway, we done for another week?
I don't know, you got anything else to talk about?
If you've got any suggestions or any questions you want us, or any topics you want us to discuss on the podcast,
editor at footballbrisbane.com.au. If you've got any complaints about juniors, referees not turning up,
absolutely,
anything at all, the weather, politics, religion, anything you want, we will guarantee to get you a response. Editor at footballbrisbane.com.au, and don't CC us in.
No, because we don't have an email address for a start, so won't be able to find us. But we might go out. We might be out on location again next week with the Canali Cup down at Memorial Park.
Oh, it's Southside Eagles 0 Lions 3. Southside Eagles versus Lions.
Yeah, first they get the Strikers, now they get Lions in the Cup. You're welcome.
They only lost 2-0 to Strikers, and they were
it's a good match actually.
1-0 for a long time.
Yeah.
But, it'd be interesting to see what the perspective on things down there, because there's a lot of talk about them getting promoted to the Premier League, and I've heard a few comments myself around the traps about facilities. You know,
I've never been down there, so it'd be good to get down there.
You've never been to Southside Eagles?
Not to see a game. I've probably been down in the general vicinity, but
of course you have. You're a trendy.
No, I'm not. No. Look at me.
Yes.
I'm on radio.
Yeah, I don't know why you're on radio.
I would wear
it. Turn up at 5 o'clock and you're wearing your pyjamas. One good thing at Southside Eagles is there's a row of flats on one side. I reckon if you could live in that, or buy, for rich people from the north side, buy the middle one and just take a couple of branches off this tree, you could literally watch the game from your veranda or film for FBTV.
That and Kangaroo Point Rovers, you got some good vantage points there as well.
Yes, indeed you do.
So yes, we might be recording from out there next week prior to that cup game. We might even get the tallest coach in Brisbane on board.
Roger Hunter.
He's even taller than me.
Well, how tall is he?
I reckon he must be at least 6'8", 6'10".
Oh my God, he does look very, very tall, but that is tall.
Yes.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's hope he gets player of the match sometime. He's taller than Darren.
Well, he's not getting player of the match because he retired last year after knee injury after knee injury.
Well, we should ask him because it'll be interesting. If we can get down there, I should be able to get down there in time, and we do like to get a guest on when we're on location because we're out and about and they're there already. It'd
be good to hear about what their promotion aspirations may be. Sitting in 4th at the moment because they were sitting in 1st last week.
Yeah.
It's more.
Are they 4th now?
They dropped to 4th after that loss. Yeah,
the baseline is 2nd and South's 3rd.
That's how tight it is in Capital One.
I know it is. Tight as a really, really, really tight thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's been the show for the week. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We would just wish we could do it twice. It's that much fun, don't we?
It was great, wasn't it?
Yes.
We might have had a few technical issues first time around.
We may have recorded it once already and had to go back, but that may not be my fault. I'm Phil Davis. We will talk to you next week. Say cheerio.
Cheerio.